World Card Game Federation here with another local match. My apologies on how long these are taking to get out these days. It's kind of a little tricky. But as far as what we're doing here is we're going to have a local match between, of course, Jordan and John. That's going to be Jordan there using his orange Retribution Pikkon, which has been a work in progress, to be honest. There's been a lot of bugs to iron out. We're all observing that Pikkon basically makes any deck a B or B plus deck. For some reason, we can't get him into a top tier. John over here is also working on a deck that he has, like we said, been tweaking for some time. It's a Saiyan-empowered future Gohan. The kicker on that one is, John says he don't play Saiyan, so he doesn't know anything about it, never collected it. It's been an interesting experience for him. Okay, looks like John's going to go ahead and go first, and Jordan's going to go ahead and resolve Orange Retribution's Mastery's effect to go ahead and pull out Captivity Drill, an excellent choice for an early game, especially with Pikkon. John's beginning his own turn, and he offered to John to cut the deck. John is got his mind on important things, so he's going to go ahead and pass and rejuvenate. I all of a sudden Force Blast, or I forget, but basically with the set 8 Saiyan energy attack, and it raises John's anger 1 of the rejuvenation. Jordan begins his turn. He's going to go ahead and pull out he's going to pull out an early game Visiting the Past. Kind of a rough card to pull out. Jordan did not keep any cards in his discard pile. He cannot make use of Visiting the Past during this particular fight. So, kind of sneaky. John's got an excellent looking hand there, especially for a physical beatdown. Yeah, this could be an easy hand to go in on. He'd have very little to worry about, especially with the wild card and being able to draw a card and boost attacks with Saiyan Enjoyment in there. It's going to be good times. But apparently, John is reconsidering. I'm not sure why he's worried. Oh, John's not going to go in. He does not see it quite as effective as I do. But then again, I go in on combats I probably shouldn't. Okay, John passes, rejuvenates. Looks like he put... all of a sudden, I forget the name of that one. It's the attack that does the extra damage with his drill in play. Okay, Jordan's going to begin his turn. John's passively gained 2 anger. Not a bad position to be in. Jordan draws some good stuff. He's confident enough to go in. He has no entering effects to resolve, and it's going to go ahead and go over. If I was Jordan, I would go ahead and use... darn it, Jordan, you should have used Pikkon's level 1 attack because you're never going to get to use it now. He's going to use Gohan's ability and turn it off. Okay, Jordan opens up with an excellent card. Orange Fierce Attack. John's Endurance is now off. It is stopped by Saiyan Hand Swipe, and which, by the way, not until the other day did I hear that Hand Swipe is a physical combat. I was like, what? I've been classifying that wrong for quite a while. Yep, there you go. So John responds with a logical response. He uses Gohan's power. He turns off good old Pikkon's level 1 powers, and that's that. Unfortunately, Jordan's not going to get to use this combat. Okay, we do 5 life cards because of the damage boost from Hand Swipe. He stops with Orange Refocus, raises anger 1 level. Jordan, get over there and raise your anger. Oh, good thing I swooped in and... Okay, and he's going to go ahead and open up with an excellent Orange Eruption. John should lose all of his anger. Oh, John, remember your anger. John, you know Orange Eruption. What's wrong with you? Okay, he stopped with another Hand Swipe, and John's not lowering his anger. Let's just keep in mind he's at 0 anger at this point. Okay, John has to pass it as his action. So, oh, and wowzers. Jordan's going to go ahead and do some amazing stuff here. He's going to go ahead and open up with... good old, use the Mastery to go ahead and level. He has changed the levels. He has fulfilled the requirements. He's going to go and just pull Captivity Drill right back out. Not a bad idea. So far, this has been a very fruitful combat for Jordan.
You can knock the other guys all of his cards out. Because you know in Magic you have life, decision, which cards out your deck and take damage.
And then John's going to go ahead and pass in this action, and that's going to be the end for this combat. Though I want to say Jordan should have used level 2 Pikkon's ability. And John has still forgotten that he has 0 anger at this point. So that, my apologies, a minor misplay. So John has this, to me, what looks like somewhat of an average-looking hand, a couple of severing punches, Omni Block. It's not a bad hand, but unless you were made to, I probably wouldn't go in on it either. He's going to go ahead and pass, rejuvenate Severing Punch. Excellent choice, putting in Endurance back to the deck. Raises anger. He should be at 1 anger. Ah, jeez. And John remembered. Oh, John remembered. Good stuff. Okay, back over to Jordan. Jordan draws his cards. Looks like he is going to be passing his own turn. He passes and rejuvenates. Looks like an energy block. I probably would have done a physical. Okay, goes back over to John. John draws his 3. Excellent. Combat ready 3. I'd go in on it and go nuts. He can only stop 1 energy throughout that combat, but it would be quite the battle. Jordan has a decent discard pile, and I want to say, refocus in there, so he could pull out a physical block if he should, go in, and the logical conclusion against Saiyan would be to pull out a physical block, if he should go in on it. Okay, John declares combat. Jordan should resolve. There we go. He does use his Visiting the Past. He's going to go ahead and grab something out of his discard pile. Yep, refocus. That would be the logical conclusion. You can't always bet on pulling out a block. He draws his 3 cards. Looks like, from what I can see, excellent material to make some magic happen. And level 1 Gohan's ability is shot off, and Pikkon loses his level 1 power. Jordan should not have wasted it. He used his refocus. He should have taken the 2 life card hit. It would not have been worth doing anything about it. He fires the Pikkon's Thunder Flash. Excellent. Okay, he's going to go ahead and raise his anger from the effect of Captivity Drill, which... Oh, that's right. It's her style. My apologies. I don't use Captivity Drill. I'm not an energy guy. And then, of course, John does stop that with Saiyan Energy Deflection, raising his own anger 1 level, and it's going to go back over to John. John's going to fire off his Severing Punch. Way underrated card. Should be in every Saiyan deck. Ooh, it's going to be stopped with Saiyan Counter. I forgot what it's called. Orange Counter. I can't remember what his counter move. And, wow, Jordan's next energy attack has a 0 cost. This is tough. I hope he has an energy attack that gets him at least 1 more anger, get into that sweet spot to level up. Fortunately, he cannot use his Severing Punch. I forgot. Severing Punch's floating effect is still in effect. It's causing, all 2 anger effects to become 1 anger effects. Okay, John's going to go ahead and respond with a... I forgot the name of this card. I use it all the time. It's the one that uses the it raises anger instantly too from the from the firing it and from the rejuvenation that it does, even without the hit. So he levels up. And he does stop it with Hyper Tornado. Fantastic. Oh, he can't. I was going to say Jordan might have forgot that he had his level 2 power turned off. And unfortunately, he does have to pass. He's more or less out of actions. I do not know the last card in Jordan's hand. It goes back over to John. John has his level 2 ability, which thankfully is not going to go nuts because Jordan's power is turned off, so it won't trigger the added benefit. I love the level 2 power. He's still going to throw it, and I want to say it lowers 2 levels. There we go. That's what I'm thinking of. His level 2 lowers anger 2 levels. 6 life cards, and he stops it with time. Darn it, Jordan. Jordan, I'm gonna beat you up when I see it. I'm gonna remind you, if you have time in your hand, you actually use it as your second to last block. The reason being, you get to end the combat and hold on to a block. All right, he's gonna go and use Hyper Tornado as an action, rejuvenating time, Thunder Flash. There we go, as the action there, and it's gonna raise anger 1 level. For John, he does attach Saiyan Rescue. Upon attach, it does immediately rejuvenate a card, so John should grab 1. There you go. It's going to raise anger 1 level. And then really, Jordan's is probably way out of actions, and it goes over to back to John, and John is going to go ahead and activate the second part of Saiyan Rescue and go ahead and rejuvenate a card right away. I'd probably go with an Omni, but he's going to go with Hand Swipe. Okay, fair enough. A block would have been my choice either way. Okay, he raises anger 1 level. That's an interesting thing. The Saiyan Rescue and Rejuvenation capabilities of the Saiyan type cards let you basically build your late game deck. Mid game. Okay, that combat's going to go ahead and end. It goes back over to Jordan. Jordan, I want to say, gets some really good offensive stuff, but I don't think anything he can go into combat on. And he probably shouldn't have. You should remember that Severing Punch's floating effect is still in effect. Oh, good. John's reminding him Severing Punch is still going, where he only gets the 1 anger for every 2. Jordan's going to chance it. He's going to go and enter combat. And he, again, does not open up with Pikkon's ability, which would have been a far superior 1. No, that would have been a bad idea, actually. I forgot this is level 2 Gohan, and he would have made him pay dearly. He's going to go on... Okay, he's going to throw off Heroic Dashing Punch, which raises anger 1 level. And that's the one of... I want to say John can't raise his anger anymore for this combat. This is going to be one of the key things, how Jordan slowed him down. Okay, Jordan takes the damage. John takes the damage from Jordan's attack. Dashing Punch leaves the game. Get over to John, who gets to go ahead and do his action. Oh, he skips it, and he hits it with the second Dashing Punch. Fantastic. Anger raised to 4. John takes a wee bit of damage, and he has to skip, and it goes back to and Pinpoint Blast. And good old, what am I thinking of? I just said it. Captivity Drill is still in play, and he really should have raised his anger and actually resolved that effect before this. Okay, he's got the hit effect going. He's going to go and pull out a drill. He's getting ahead of himself. You guys know, of course, this kind of behavior is not a good idea. Jordan, like we said, would have leveled off of that action because of Captivity Drill is effective. And he should be actually only pulling out 1 drill. No, I guess he would do 2. He would go ahead and level off the immediate effect of the anger, and then he'd resolve the rest of it. And 2 hit effects, if they would occur at the same time, you get to choose an order. So he technically could do everything you just saw, so it's not against the rules. It's just really something that should have been done to the letter. I hope he recalls, by the way, he has anger gain to come here. Okay, he's going to grab Refocus as his card to pull out with Checkup Drill. Like we said, technically nothing illegal about what he's doing here. He really should have just noticed he should be level 3. Because I want to say that that's what that does. That Captivity Drill makes it so all of them immediately turn... Captivity Drill means all your energy attacks gain you anger. I don't know how... Wow. Oh, Jordan, you should be level 3 with 0 anger. You son of a gun. Okay, Refocus, raise anger 1 level. Mastery, excellent work. And it goes 1 anger, unfortunately. It does not level him up. He's at 4. I don't think there's any more Hyper Tornadoes to get out of this one. There you go, seeing Key Web. He's going to do an energy attack. It does do a small amount of damage with the endurance that, there we go, that Jordan finds. John gets to do his Rejuvenation, 2 cards with the card's effect. No anger, unfortunately. And that is the end of that combat. No, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and pass. Don't mind Spirit, just throwing some food at him. Okay, he's going to go and fire off a Gohan's Masenko. Oh, no, actually, no, he does not fire off. He passes, that combat ends, it goes back over to John. John draws a strangely similar-looking hand. Another Saiyan Rescue. Oh, he's got his drill to put in... No, Anguish Drill, I want to say? Which is shockingly good when paired with future Gohan Saiyan Empowered. Not a lot to go in on here. Easily, you're going to want to get rid of Saiyan Rescue. You're not going to want to hold on to that. But I guess it will work good to go ahead and allow him to gain anger now. And he raises anger on the Rejuvenation to 3, and is going to go ahead and head over to Jordan. Jordan gets to draw his 3. And then Jordan should probably power up Pikkon, and he does. Fantastic. Okay, Jordan's confident enough. He declares combat. John draws 1 dead card. Not a bad idea. Jordan really should concentrate on leveling up. Darn it! Or use the level 2 Pikkon power. I think he forgot about this level 2 ability. He'll punish you for using your power, but provided you're carrying a block, it's not unmanageable. Okay, throws a wall breaker. Bad idea. It's not going to do a whole heck of a lot of damage. They're probably super similar in terms of AT attack table stuff. So John takes a very small amount of damage. Okay, that's going to go ahead and go over to John. And John's going to play the sensible move. Spin Kick is going to slow Jordan down a bit. And it will level him, actually. And the wise move is actually to use up his level 2 power. Unless he throws it, and then Jordan gets to go ahead and use his own level 2 power, and make some magic happen. Oh, this is tough, because he basically can't slow Jordan down enough to make this go past his next option. Oh yeah, and I forgot he has Wall Breaker out. He's not going to level past nothing. So, yeah, that's super tough. Wow. There it is. Gohan's level 2 power lowers Jordan's anger 2 levels. And he's going to go and hit him. Yep, physical attack. That would hit him for 5 life cards, I want to say. But it's not styled. And you better hit that endurance. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, apparently he was not to use endurance. I didn't know that's how that attack worked. And it does crit and banish the good old the wall breaker. Okay, and he crits good old Jordan's anger down. Bad idea. Okay, Jordan's going to fire off an orange rage, raising his anger 1 level with this. And then I don't know why Captivity Drill is not triggering. I think, is it on a hit effect? No, he finally recalled it. Okay. He finally remembered that Captivity Drill's in play and raises anger to 4. And of course, Gohan's level 2 wicks off a little damage. He hits it with the set 8 Saiyan energy attack. I feel so bad I can't remember it. He's going to spin kick, lower. There we go. He's going to go ahead and level off the spin kick, lower Jordan's anger 1 level. Like we said, it's kind of terrible that Jordan should already have been level 3. And he is now level 3. Wow. It shouldn't do too terribly much with the AT still being fairly similar at this point. Yep, four power stages, so my guess we're in the same bracket. Okay, then it goes over to Jordan. I don't know. Again, I don't know why Jordan's not using his level 2 power. All right, let's use the level 2 power. Let's go ahead and rejuvenate 2 cards, or 3 cards, excuse me. Rejuvenate 3, not bad. Oh, fantastic. He's going to go ahead and use the level 3 power. If I remember correctly, that's the double tap rejuvenation, which is just monstrous. Oh yeah, Jordan has the option, as you know, of discarding a card when he uses that level 2 Pikkon power to go ahead and keep from doing that. And he does. He does discard an energy attack, and he prevents all damage from the next attack used against him.
You remember this level 3 Gohan? He's the one where he double taps. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, so Jordan unfortunately has done a thing he probably shouldn't have done. He triggers Gohan's level 3 ability. That is the physical attack, I want to say, that rejuvenates 2. So John actually should have 2 anger because the wording on Saiyan Empowered is for every Saiyan card he does.
Pushing your drills. Watch something. I don't know.
I'm actually not sure how Jordan just leveled. I think he just responded. Oh, he did prevent all the damage, and then, like we said, went in and masteried up. Fantastic. I hate to say everything you guys just saw probably could have taken place with him going from 3 to 4, not 2 to 3. Okay. So he's going to go ahead and resolve his Mastery's effect at this point. Going to pull out a drill, check up drill, very wise move. And at this point, he couldn't know that John's packing a, there it is, Hyper Tornado. And he resolved the little quandary I was about to raise about what to get, physical or energy attack. And there we go, check up drill was entered play. I just realized, did he end in the last combat without rejuvenating the top 2 of his discard pile with check up drill in play? I think he did. Alright, here we go. John's going to go ahead and use Saiyan Rescue to go ahead and rejuvenate a Masenko. Not a bad ability. Okay, and then he goes back over to Jordan. Jordan's going to go ahead and most likely use a Pikkon ability. Use it. Use it. Fires it off. I really don't remember exactly what the level 3 Pikkon does. I hate to say it, I mix it up a lot with the other levels. Okay, he's going to go ahead and rejuvenate. Okay, he has a 5 life energy. He gets rejuvenate the top 2. I'm not sure if there's a hit effect or not. Power punch. I can't remember what that one is. Time. Outrage. Left kick. And he crit him on it. Fantastic. It's hard to crit a Saiyan. You know, clean anyway. Okay, John's going to go ahead and fire off nothing. There we go. He had a -1 life from the attack. And no crit. Oops. We always forget that. We remember Goku's and Garlic Jr.'s minuses. We never remember future Gohan's. Okay, he's used the second shot of Gohan's level 3 attack. Rejuvenates 2, raises anger 2 levels. And he's going to go stop it with Hyper Tornado, which is a fantastic idea. And Jordan is going to go ahead and banish Hyper Tornado's effect, rejuvenate 2 cards. And they go to the bottom. And that is the last of his actions, unfortunately. The rest of the match will be John doing what he can. Orange left. See, I keep saying that. Saiyan left kick, raises anger 2 levels, And there should be in the same class, or might be Jordan slightly ahead. Okay, hits him for a total of 4 life. AT was in fact 0. Wait, does level 3 actually have a damage buff on Gohan? I genuinely don't remember. Because you guys know I don't level with Gohan, so I don't know these things. Unfortunately, Lebu is in the discard. That is terrible. Okay, it looks like, I want to say he's, what is he firing? I can't see it. Doggone glare of the fluorescence. Oh, I can't remember the name of this one. But, yeah, he's going to fire it, of course, fire off all of its multiple effects, level up to 4, do all kinds of crazy stuff. A 6 life card attack, doing all kinds of buku damage. Look at this stuff. And no endurance was found. Fantastic. He gets crit, but at least it was at a... Oh, no, the Orange Rage had a little bit. At least it was found at a time in which it doesn't hurt him too badly. And then you remember he got to this level and the whole discard thing that level 4 Gohan does an effective, thank goodness. Okay, he used Gohan's ability. He's going to banish the bottom 2 of the discard with Gohan's power. He has no hand, so that discard effect has no effect. Alright, and then I believe that's it for John. I believe he's down to his last dead card. He passes. Jordan, don't you dare miss doing checkup drill. I think John's out of actions. Oh, he's going to anguish drill. I'll be darned. He raises anger 1 level. Okay, and now all the effects are done. Jordan, don't you embarrass me. You do it. Rejuvenate 2. Don't you dare pass it. Don't you dare pass it. Oh, he's passing it. Sorry, folks. Mild misplay there with checkup drill not being used at the end of that combat. I always say let's hope this doesn't come down to his last 2 life cards. Okay, Anguish Drill is discarded because John did change levels. He's back to level 3 with 3 anger, so the slightest, a stiff breeze could get him to level 4. He's got good stuff. He's got excellent stuff. He could throw Gohan's... No, he can't throw Gohan's level 3 because it'll automatically level him because of the double tap on the anger. So if I was him, I'd probably throw... No, there's too much stuff going on here. It's too busy. He doesn't have any blocks. He could basically have a couple of actions. So he's rightfully going to pass, rejuvenate, Saiyan evasion, raise his anger 1 level, get himself a little more primed for it. Okay, and then he's going to go pass, or he goes back over to Jordan. Jordan draws his 3. Jordan would be like, even if right now you still wanted to activate and make sure you used your checkup drill ability right now. Okay, he puts a crying drill into place. He's going to pass, rejuvenate. I did not see what card he held on to. And he goes back over to John. He draws another power. His deck is set up to be super consistent to the point where it's like, you skip a hand, draw it again, why don't you? Okay, John likes what he sees. He's going to go ahead and declare combat. Ain't a bad idea. So the trick for poor Jordan here is he actually has to wait. Oh, yeah, woo! He caught his checkup drill. Woo! And it didn't end up changing anything because nothing stayed in his discard pile. Well, technically it put him slightly out of order on the bottom, but let's just hope it doesn't come down to that. These are friendly games here.
They also roasted me alive. They're like, you something, man.
Oh yeah, we're just discussing how in the comment section you folks are real sharp. You do tend to catch all those places and times in which we manage to misplay. You sometimes get lost in the moment. And John there still debating what he wants to do. And you guys would be surprised how much time this match still has left. I don't blame John for debating it because there's so many things going on here. You know, if he opens up with his level 3 power, then he's going to level up instantly off the rejuvenation. And then if he the power punch, he won't get to use the unstoppable effect, but does he need it? That's probably where he should be debating. Okay, he does declare combat. Jordan's going to go ahead and grab his 3 cards in response. He is going to go with the power punch. He is going to go ahead and be that bold. Okay, it cannot be stopped. That time I would just take it. It's like 6 power stages total. They're F to F, so it's like 6 stages, 2 life. Still fair. Not even a big deal. Well, those were not some prime cards to drop out of the deck, but what can you do? Okay, Jordan has a chance to respond. Eruption! Poorly timed. Unfortunately, he could not capitalize and lower John's anger. And John has no blocks, to my knowledge, and is going to go ahead and take this one full in the face. Jordan had better be careful not to get stage locked during the course of this one. Okay, takes 2 life cards. Not a bad one. Eruption is banished. And goes over to John. And I wished I could see detail enough to be able to tell you what is the name of that set 8 Saiyan energy card. I have it in my decks and I don't know the name. Okay, he's going to Gohan level 4 power. Excellent strategy. He's going to force him to discard a card from his hand, so you got to pick wisely. And he drops, unfortunately, Orange Juke, which would have been an excellent card to keep. So if I was him, I would have kept it. He does banish the bottom 2 cards of his discard pile. Goes back over to Jordan. Jordan has lots of options. I would have held on to that. I would have used a... Oh, I forgot. Level 4 means no powers. You get no powers. Did you have a power? No, you don't. Oh, man. I forgot about that anger lowering on that one. That is impressive. He does fire it at Jordan. Jordan has time in his hand from rejuvenating with Hyper Tornado. An excellent thing. He's going to go ahead and probably Crying Drill, which would be a good idea. Okay, and a spin kick. Fantastic. Lowers anger 1 level. And, oh yeah, Jordan does not have any actions. He could shuffle Crying Drill, but... Okay, there we go. He's just putting time in a position to make sure it's still being used. You know, I like this configuration Jordan's doing down here in the corner with putting, cards that have floating effects vertical instead of horizontal to make them stand out more. I might actually adopt that strategy. You might see that in future videos. Okay, combat ends. They both pass. John goes back to level 3. Jordan remembers to rejuvenate his 2, and it is now Jordan's action. Okay, Jordan's got some rough choices. He's going to go ahead and power up. Good idea. Oh, he's just talking about how that works with bouncing between 3 and 4 for basically the rest of the game. Saiyan Burst is the name of the card I was thinking of. I actually looked that up while I was sitting here. Okay, Jordan actually passes that turn. He chooses not to enter combat. And I gotta admit, guys, without fail, John will end every combat on level 3, or excuse me, when he got to level 4 from 3 to 4, and then at the end of combat, de-leveling to 3. You would not believe the consistency with which he will be able to always be at 4 anger entering the next combat. So far, he's done it twice this game. John has some pretty excellent stuff there. He can really press an attack. See, here's the kicker. John's worried about being able to stop damage, which is neat. But that's not a Saiyan strategy. He's doing a strategy from a different, different color, different mastery. What I mean is, he could press the advantage with 3 attacks, potentially knock Jordan to 0 if 1 or 2 of them connects. He shouldn't be as worried, because Jordan generally can't respond to physical. He'd have to respond with energy. You get what I'm saying? All right. He's going to go ahead and use his level 3 power. It rejuvenates. It raises him. He does level. It would be a physical for 5 life cards. Jordan stops it with counter, catch. Wrist grab. I want to say. Okay, he does respond with a free orange rage. No, Jordan, don't pay for the stages on that one. You hit him for 6 life in a stage, but Jordan really should have those 2 power stages back because the wrist catch made it free. John takes a little bit of damage. I want to say, no, he doesn't reduce damage anymore in this level 4. And unfortunately, Jordan has no power again, and John's probably going to go ahead and fire off, Gohan's level 4. And the card discard, well, it was just a drill. It's not so bad. And banish the bottom 2 cards of his discard pile. I guess John might be trying to get to that time and make sure he stops coming back. Miss Jordan's opportunity. Bam! You guys saw it coming way before I did. Okay, and Jordan is now level 4, doing amazing work. And he's going to go ahead and shuffle in his drills. Jordan, don't forget. There he goes. He's going to go ahead and shuffle in his 2 drills and pull out a drill of his choice. Checkup drill, wisest choice. Because as this combat gets protracted, which you guys saw, John's hand is going to get ugly. Just keep an eye on John's anger. Tell you guys, like we said, you'll see he ends this combat. Just guessing, he's going to end it with 4 anger again upon the de-leveling. Okay, he goes back over to John. This is where the barrage starts. He's going to go ahead and throw out a Saiyan pressure technique. Still one of my favorite cards ever. Wished I could make better use of it. Okay, and it is stopped by Hyper Tornado. I hate to say it, Jordan, you got a rope-a-dope. You really should have taken that. You can't use your power stages for the main combat. They're not going to do anything else for you. Take the hit. Take the first hit. Oh, and John should remember that. Pressure technique places itself at the bottom. Okay, he's going to go ahead and use Hyper Tornado's effect to rejuvenate 2 cards. Not too terrible. As an action. Then it goes back over to John. John's got another Saiyan pressure technique in his hand. There you go. And it also goes to the bottom. See, this is why, like I said, Jordan should have been taking the hits. If basically you're not going to worry about power stages for a bit, it's not going to be a big deal. Just take the hit. Okay, 6 and 2 life cards. Ow. And that's that. And there it goes. And it is banished with the good old refocus. But a really good card to have about now. And Pinpoint Blast, again, should have been free. Poor Jordan. Remember the Mastery? He would have been free. Good thing I pointed it out from off screen. Woo! 6 in a stage. No hope of critting him. Saiyan's legendary endurance hits. And then he gets to pull out that PowerPoint. He gets to go ahead and pull out a drill. I get to just ask, hey, has I got a hit effect? Like we said, guys, you know I'm not much of an orange guy. Orange to me is like speaking French. It's there's too much to know, too much to think about. I can't do it. I'm not good at that. There's too many things to manage, too many plates to keep spinning. All right, it goes back over to John, and you guys are going to believe this. He's going to go ahead and throw, I want to say that's Turning Kick, and you're not going to believe what happens. Turning Kick goes to the bottom, and John is on 4 anger again. He does 6 life, and John starts taking the damage, and it is rough. Unfortunately, it does crit him, but thankfully he has no anger. He's going to go ahead and banish the Orange Rage with its endurance. John, don't forget, place at the bottom. There he goes. Okay. All right. And coincidentally, this combat now ends. It would have been a wonderful thing to unleash that level 4 and blast John to infinity. But no. Okay, combat ends. And did you guys notice he's he's level 3 with 4 anger again? Oh, my goodness. Okay, it goes back over to Jordan. It is now his turn. He has lots and lots of options. Basically, he could... Burning Aura Drill isn't a bad choice. Apparently... Okay, Jordan's going to go ahead and pass and rejuvenate. I would say he'd be pretty confident to go in on 2 cards. You basically would have to open up with his level 4 power, and then because before it's gone on that first... Oh, gee, I guess this is the part about not pressuring John if one thing, if a person could do that. All right, John is not confident to go over this hand. He does not like going with at least 1 energy block. He's going to go and pass Rejuvenate Arm Catch because it has endurance. It'd be a wise choice. Bam, and he accidentally leveled. He will begin the next combat as level 4. And that might be, fellas, the key where John might have lost the momentum he needed to keep just ragdolling poor Jordan. Alright, Jordan's going to go ahead and also pass Rejuvenated Juke. I do not know what card one would want to have that's better than Juke. Okay, Jordan did catch that, by the way. You guys notice he did change the order of the cards at the bottom of his life deck. So, error caught before it had any chance of getting out of control. John has an excellent hand. He has a block. He has a draw card. He has a stage build-up. It's all more or less exactly as you want it. To me, I'd easily go in on that hand. And then at the end of the whole shebang, you'd be able to go ahead and use... like Saiyan Outrage Saiyan Enrage to like shoot back up, draw a card, go nuts. Okay, John's going to go ahead and declare combat. Again, not a bad idea. You guys can see what's going on here. Okay, John's got a couple of different moves on his. There we go. Opening card, Saiyan Enjoyment. Draws a block. Not a bad choice. Me, if they're going to be banished and they're going to have floating effect, I just leave them on the field. Okay, Thunder Flash is fired. It raises his anger 1 level. Not bad. John should probably use Outrage on this one just in case. And he's going to use Saiyan Deflection, raise his anger 1 level. The reason I would have saved Outrage is because it's an Omni block, and it's like, okay, you might need something, need an energy combat card to stop something. Oh, yes, and unfortunately, guys, yes, you guys probably caught this way ahead of us. Thunder Flash should have been banishing cards from John's discard pile, so it basically should have been like 2 other cards. A Power Punch, I guess that's okay. That would have been my choice, but I don't blame him. Okay, and it goes over to John for a reaction here. John will probably open up with this level 4 Gohan ability because why leave Jordan with lots of cards in his hand? Oh, that's why Jordan's discarding the Jukes. He's still got time in his hand again. Unbelievable. And he discards Juke. I guess if you already have the King of all blocks in your hands, why? I guess that. Okay, Orange Fierce Attack. Raises Jordan's anger 2 level on the hit, I want to say. Yeah, it's a hit, raise your anger 2 levels. And John has a natural block to it, so not a bad idea. Okay, he's going to stop it with Orange Outrage. That effect is going because John is definitely stronger than Pikkon at this point. I say Gohan's stronger than Pikkon. Okay, John's going to respond with Spin Kick. Raises anger 1 level. Lower poor Jordan's anger 1 level. And or raise John's 2, excuse me. And Jordan would Mastery. I guess there really isn't much else to do at this point. It's late enough. John doesn't have too much in his hand. There's not too much going to happen here. I don't remember what John has in his hand. I don't remember what that last card is. What he's saying in Rage. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. It was an action left on the field that would have raised his anger. He is going to go ahead and rejuvenate a card with Saiyan Rescue, raising his anger to 4, targeting correctly an energy block to keep his deck stacked with them, raising his anger to 4, ending the combat with 4 anger. 4 times, people. You can make the 4 horsemen sign over here. 4. Alright, and combat ends. John go ahead and delevels, goes back to 5 stages above 0, and has 4 anger, so he's going to sneeze and be level 4 in this next combat. Jordan draws his 3. He's got some good stuff. I want to say that's another Aura Drill in his hand. I can't see it. Oh, no, he declares combat. He's got, oh, is that Left Blast? Is that what I'm thinking of? Orange Left Blast? Nope. Wow, Thunder Flash. Not a bad move. You gotta stop leaving John opportunities to respond. Okay, fires off Thunder Flash, rejuvenates a card. And I was just reminding Jordan he has cards he needs to banish. He banishes a Masenko. And that is the end of that. Tornado, wait, Thunder Flash? Excuse me, Thunder Flash. He's gonna go ahead and shoot him for a pretty good amount of damage. Wow, 7 life cards in 2 life cards. That is impressive. And John should probably... And there it is. Wowie. Okay, lowers his anger 3 levels. He stops it with Energy Catch, raises anger 1 level. He's got the floating effect of 2 different angers going on here. Excuse me, I would say the floating effect raises damage output. Fantastic. He fires off Left Burst, raises anger 2 levels. And John has, unfortunately, very little choice except to take this hit. Maybe 7 life cards if it connects. And I want to say Jordan gets to rejuvenate a Banished Drill. Is that what I'm thinking of on the hit? I genuinely don't remember on Left Burst. Oh, okay, so that was the kicker. Okay, so he could rejuvenate a drill from the Banished Zone, non-continuous. All right, makes all sense in the world. Okay, guys. You think you guys see everything else in play? Is this game essentially over? John, level 4. I don't blame him. I would at least have tried to crit him and knock down his anger, keep him from getting this one. John must not have seen it, and Jordan MPPV's using his MPPVs after all that anger lowering you guys saw. That was a freight train. So between me and you, like we said, Pikkon, still good, still an effective fighter, but still some limitations. Maybe it's in our builds, maybe it's in character target job.